What's up, everybody? It's Jared with Capture the Magic, and one of the things people love about theme parks are character interactions. And during the age of social media, many of these character interactions go viral and then become a attraction of their own. And it's been shown numerous times Disney doesn't really appreciate this type of attention, as they want the attention on the parks and not on individual characters. Well, there seems to be some changes that have happened at both Disney World and Disneyland that fall into this category of potentially a character getting too popular and becoming sort of a sideshow. And also guest behavior, because in some of these instances, guests have tried doxing the actors that are playing these characters under, I suppose, the guise of liking them so much that they want to find out every single thing about them, including where they live, and share it with other people. Pretty crazy behavior. So we're going to go through these examples, and also this could potentially end up happening at Epic Universe as well, as we've seen some pretty bad guest behavior over there with some of the characters at that park also. So we're going to go through this and give some thoughts about it. So the first one that we're going to talk about is Tally the Elf. Now, to give you a backstory on this, Tally the Elf was in the Christmas parade at Disney World last year and went viral for the interactions that he had with guests during the parade. And we'll take a look at one of the interactions here. This is Aubrey in Utah on TikTok that has an example of what his interactions were like last year.
This right here. What's your name? Jason? Jason. That's a good name. But it's a naughty name. What's your name? Jessica. Naughty. Jessica. You should be ashamed, Jessica. You got some time, Jessica. What's your name? Bob. Bob? Mr. Bear, we're looking for Bob. Naughty! Bob. I expected more, Bob.
So you can see why this became popular. It was a very fun part of the parade, and as the season of Christmas went on with more parades, this became something that people were basically seeing the parade for, was interactions with Tally the Elf. But of course, with that popularity came some other issues that arose from this, given that is the age of social media and people apparently cannot help themselves or show any sort of self-control, I suppose you could say, is the fact that they talk about this in an article here from the New York Post. However, supporters fear that harassment and alleged doxing from crazed fans will jeopardize Tally's appearances, as the actor didn't appear in a recent parade. So even last year during all of this, he was not in some of the parades after a lot of this stuff blew up on social media, and people were trying to dox him to figure out who he was, where he lived, all these crazy things that people do nowadays. And last year, this it says Disney influencer The Fit Flounder said that he, at least at the time, wasn't fired. They said Tally is still in the parade. This specific actor playing Tally called out essentially to work and said, "This is where the problem lies. Every cast member at Disney is very hardworking and they all deserve to be treated with respect. Doxing of any cast member at Disney is absolutely deplorable." Completely agree. It says former Disney employees confessed that viral social media videos of actors in character could get the employee in major trouble or even fired if it goes viral. So this is something Disney doesn't like. They do not like their cast members becoming sideshows and becoming really the focal point of various things. And obviously that did happen last year. TikTok user Jill Benet alleged character performers have been terminated because they did something cute or fun in a video, but that a manager did not like it. Even says a former employee shared that a Peter Pan actor was fired because of too many viral videos of him joking around with people. Say, quote, "If you're causing problems in any way for the company, you're just not worth it," Benet explained. So one would think, like, this isn't causing problems. This is just having fun during a parade. Well, and of course, off of that last year, it seems Disney has made noticeable changes to this character. They said Disney World has made a noticeable change to this character as seen during the first Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party of the season. The first party night of Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party for 2025 was November 7th, and guests immediately noticed a change to the character of Tally the Elf. According to Serena at Living by Disney, the cast member who played Tally the Elf in previous seasons is no longer visible in the parade, and has been replaced by a female cast member. The choreography in the parade has been altered, and there are no longer interactions between Tally the elf and guests. While the character remains a part of the parade, this is a large change from the previous year, as there are now no guest interactions. While many guests may be disappointed, the online attention this cast member was receiving was pretty intense and went too far. Fans even went as far as to find his name and personal information and release it online. Insane behavior. If you ever find yourself trying to figure out who somebody is that you saw in a theme park, like trying to find out where they live and then talk about it online, that you need help. That is insane behavior. Absolutely insane behavior. And we've seen this happen numerous times. There's another example at Disneyland of this happening and very much led probably to the same outcome here. That behavior was over the top and inappropriate. It's understandable to be sad that a favorite performer is no longer performing in the parks, but in this case, the character remains part of the parade. Well, not the cast member. The cast member whom many fans seemed more attached to than the character itself has simply been recast. It's unfortunate that guests may no longer get to enjoy the performer's engaging interactions in this role, but the change may have been made for safety reasons. And here we can see the updated version of Tally the Elf at the Christmas party this season, and it's very different. No guest interaction, just kind of part of the parade that just sort of just goes along with it and doesn't have the guest interaction like they previously did. I mean, it could be for safety reasons. The actor himself could have not wanted to do it anymore, given the craziness from the Disney fans that were trying to dox him. So yet again, another thing that, a few group of bad actors ruin it for everybody else. We've seen this happen numerous times throughout, talking about theme parks or just day-to-day life. It's typically just a small group of people that ruin it for everybody else. And also the fact that Disney probably doesn't like people that are the center of attention and not the Disney brand being the center of attention. It probably has a lot to do with that. And so they decided to make changes of this. So it seems like the actor at least wasn't fired. So that's good at least. But it could be that they didn't want the attention and deal with the craziness of it all this year, or Disney as well did not like the fact that Tally the Elf kind of became the headlining feature of the Christmas parade and decided to make a change there. And there's another very similar instance of this happening probably out in Disneyland. So you may have seen this go viral, which is the Evil Queen, and the actress that was playing her really got popular. It became a central point of people wanting to interact with her, and as well some controversy due to the interactions being in character many times. So we'll take a look at this clip on TikTok. This is from Danny Ray's that kind of outlines here what's going on with this character on Disneyland.
So you remember the evil queen that would walk around Disneyland and quickly became one of the most viral characters on TikTok? Well, apparently Disney has decided to get rid of her and is only bringing her back during the Halloween season. The weird thing is she quickly became a fan favorite and many people were visiting Disney just to go see her, mainly because she was always so funny and sarcastic to all of the guests who were visiting the park.
Excuse you, ugly.
They tell me I look just like you in the mirror.
Well, they lied.
However, because people started to get offended by some of the things that she was saying,
You won't like me ugly. Yeah, don't be ugly. You have an ugly attitude. Very well.
Silence, children.
I don't like the way you call my grandpa a peasant.
Well, I'll call you a peasant as well to make it equal.
Disney thought that
Do people not understand characters? Like the one people yelling, they don't like her attitude. She's playing the evil queen. Like, you're not supposed to like her. Like, if you've seen the movie or just know the character, like, they're an unlikable character. Like, it's nothing personal. For one thing, I would say people need to stop taking themselves too seriously. I think everybody walks around thinking they're the main character of everything. I didn't like how you called my grandpa a peasant. She's playing an evil queen. What do you think an evil queen's going to do? I just, and again, it's not everybody. Most people enjoyed this character. And then you have things like this, that they get a few complaints, it goes viral, and they make changes because there's just some people that just can't laugh. They take everything too seriously, and they're in a theme park wanting character interactions and then complaining whenever the character is too much like the character that they're portraying. I don't understand it. Don't get it at all.
it would be best to get rid of her as a main character. But people in the comments are not happy about this, saying that it's literally her job to make fun of the guests because she is the evil queen, and some people are just being way too sensitive about the whole thing.
Yeah, I'd say people are being too sensitive in general out in society, but especially in a theme park. So yeah, it seems like there's been a change there off of the very similar thing here. There's been lots of viral clips of the evil queen. And again, Disney does not like whenever a character becomes, as I said before, I don't think it's the most eloquent way to say it, but too big for their britches, and they want to make changes, or they don't like the controversy, whatever it is, they've made a change there. It's also an issue, or could become an issue, at Epic Universe. And one of the things I do like about Epic Universe is they have character interactions, especially in Dark Universe. Igor has become very popular, and we've seen some bad guest behavior in terms of people not being able to keep their hands to themselves, as well as some people have tried to dox Igor, or some actors playing Igor. They have different actors, I do believe, playing Igor, which probably does help in this situation if you have, more actors kind of playing a similar role. But again, we just see people that cannot basically behave themselves properly in a theme park, and things like this I've talked about could lead to character interactions changing or just going away altogether due to more of this type of behavior online. And we can see here someone's posing for a picture, and they decide that they want to pose Igor like he's a doll and move him once, and then somebody from behind grabs his shoulders and moves him again. Again, things like this are just going to lead to these characters going away. And on some level, when something is really good, especially in the day and age today with social media, it's likely to go viral. Now, I don't know if Universal has a very similar policy to Disney in terms of if somebody gets too popular, they decide to change it. But Universal is also not really known for their character interactions. They are improving on those, but they're not nearly as known for it as Disney parks are. But whether you enjoy a character and you're trying to dox them, which is insane behavior, or you're complaining because a character is too much into character and you think they insulted you as if they know who you are. Like an evil queen calling you a peasant, they don't know you. And if you're bothered by somebody calling you a peasant, I don't really understand, like in this day and age, like why would you be offended by that? Like you're in a park that has a castle, you're in a thing called Fantasyland, and you're bothered and you're angered by somebody calling your grandpa a peasant, or an evil queen who is an evil character being snarky with you. And in this case as well at Epic Universe, you think for a family picture it's okay to pose another human being and a character whichever way you want. It's crazy behavior. And again, a lot of this is amplified with social media. Things like this probably happened years ago, decades ago in the theme parks, but with social media, with things going viral, these things become an issue for theme parks. And unfortunately, we've seen some of the outcomes of this when it comes to Disney. As far as Igor, as far as I know, I don't think any changes have been made there. So hopefully people have behaved themselves and not tried to dox Igor or other actors or try to pose them themselves. But obviously we can see where issues arise from virality of characters, sometimes costing cast members their jobs, or at the very least changing elements in the theme parks due to their popularity. So if you're a fan of Tally the Elf or the Evil Queen out in Disneyland, you might still be able to see the Evil Queen around Halloween, but it seems like on at least consistent basis, you're not going to be able to do that. And Tally the Elf is no longer having a naughty or nice list, which they interact with fans during the parade. And hopefully people can contain themselves and we don't mess up things like Igor in Dark Universe and other elements of walk-around characters. So it is unfortunate, and obviously some people just can't behave themselves. They get obsessed because they want to find out who an actor is and where they live and, normal things. Like, I think they watched the movie Swim Fan and were like, hey, that's how you go about stuff. I wouldn't say that's really good advice, but apparently some people do that. But I would just say, everyone calm down. Like, don't get offended by character actors and don't try and dox people. Like, I feel like this is crazy to have to say this, but like, don't dox people. That's insane. Like, enjoy a character, post it online, but sometimes you just look at an amazement at people and just think, I don't understand it, which is me a lot of the times. I don't understand a lot of things people do, and this is yet another one here, but either way, that's going to be it though for this video. So if you like this video, please like it and subscribe to the channel as we do lots of coverage here of Universal Studios, Epic Universe, Disney World, and pop culture. And let us know in the comments, what do you think about all this? And until next time, we will see you in the parks.